is it done like you do voiceover after the fact? Like how do you get
I'm deaf as well, so I can't, everything is even hard to read lips through the helmet. And I don't know how we did communicate. With just sign language, was it? Or just, I'd have to point to you, your turn, my turn?
We do a lot of head nods, but to my mentor, this is when I learned that I had to be a little bit more clear when I was in the helmet. I was sitting across from who at the time was just Apollo Creed to me, and he was giving me the calamari flan and baiting me into going to see the client. And I mean, I spent an hour looking at him, saying the lines, but and I don't get starstruck. I've been around all kinds of people, but this was different. This was Carl Weathers, and I'm sitting there, and I'm telling you right now, for a good hour of doing the shoot, I'm just like, and finally he goes, "Hey, Manda, any chance you could speak up for me?" And I just had to come clean. I was like, I gotta be honest, I don't get starstruck, but I've been sitting here for an hour going, Apollo Creed, Apollo Creed, Apollo Creed. And we laughed about it. And from that point on, you know, what you see on that screen is very much informed by the way Carl took me under his wing and taught me how to be a man in The Mandalorian. And it was incredible. So, yeah, there's some moments where you're like, what? But for the most part, I think it's pretty good. I've never had a problem. I think maybe Em has with us, but it's been great because we're always bowing to her. So whether the sound carries up, I don't know.
We can usually hear okay, and
Usually.
there is, because we need that connection in the scenes. It wouldn't play the same, even though you can't see our lips move, it wouldn't play the same if we were sort of guessing what the other one was saying. It wouldn't have the right energy. There's still a timing to it, there's still a connection to it. And I have spent, my episode of the Book of Boba Fett, I spent 3 or 4 hours in an ADR session, which, if you don't know, is additional dialogue recording, and it's when you have to record stuff after you've already shot it, because they changed so many of the lines, which you can do when you can't see somebody's mouth moving. So if if there is a sound that gets in the way and obscures it, or if they want to change how the story's being told in that scene, we do spend a lot of time in the studio as well.
We really need an Oscar for best performance under a helmet.
I like that. Yes.
You should hashtag that.
Is it more difficult to hear somebody in a Mandalorian helmet, or to hear the sound in this room right now with all the echo?
It depends on who's speaking, I think, in the helmet. Or if you're in the helmet, it depends on who's talking to you from outside. Because sometimes when you're in the helmet, someone who's not in the helmet can also be very quiet.
Thank you so much. This side, what is your name, where are you from, and what is your question?
I'm Charles from Watford. I have 2 questions, mostly of one. Who made the most mistakes, and what is their biggest mistake?
The team crowd, and he's not here to defend himself, so I'll just tell you right now, he ran into a wall, he threw the baby away.
I'm gonna blame Grogu. I feel like Grogu made the most mistakes. If he's not here to say anything, he doesn't do conventions. That guy is a diva, and he never knows his lines. It's ridiculous.
And he never meets the fans.
Yeah.
So rude.
Yeah. He's always got a nap or eat eggs or something.
I always like to consider that there's no mistakes.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Production doesn't agree, but okay.
Thank you so much. This side, what is your name, where are you from, and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Karina. I'm from Scotland, originally from Poland, and I've I've got two questions. One of them is, what are your favorite memories from behind the scenes and things like that? And the second one is, do you have any advice for people who would like to work in the movie making industry but maybe don't know where to start?
There's so many incredible memories that I have. It's just a fantastic group of people to work with. And I love when we get to do these conventions together and we get to hang out. I mean, on set is kind of like this because we have long hours, and it goes incredibly slowly sometimes shooting a show like this because there are so many technical elements. So fortunately, everyone has a pretty goofy sense of humor, and we can relax together and be idiots together. What was your other question?
Advice on...
Oh, advice. Oh, that's a big question. I think the most important thing is just to create. Practically speaking, there's a lot of different ways in, but I think no matter what leg up you get, you know, if you meet the right people, connections, whatever, you need to know what it is that you want to say. You need to have found what your voice is and what you're passionate about. And you need to have both, I guess, for lack of a better word, the product to show. But even more than that, I think you need to have sort of stretched yourself to see what you're capable of so that then when opportunity arises, you're ready. Because you never know exactly what form it's going to take. And the more you just sort of make it a practice to, whether if you're an actor, you know, act in plays, make films with your friends. If you're if you want to be on the technical side, same thing. You know, it's so easy to make a little film on your phone these days. And you need to start using your imagination that way, because I have found that even when I get a great opportunity, and then I have to know what it is I want to do with it. You know, no one else is going to tell me like, this is the way to do this. This is the way I know. But yeah, just create.
Thank you.
I think I would say that my answer for how to get into it, there's 1,000 routes and none of ours is the same. But what I would say is to learn how to suffer. So if you can suffer well, because what my real answer is learn how to be in love with it. And if you're in love with the thing, there's going to be suffering. But you can let your love for that thing lead you, and it will make sure that you stay the course regardless of what obstacles come. And if you have that kind of tenacity, whatever that is will come true. You'll find a brighter day on that. And I think that's true across the board. There's a lot of things that are passing, fancy, and this and that. Learn how to love deeply and learn how to guard the thing that you love.
I have wonderful memories of not only working with the brother here, really great fun, along with Fennec Shan, but we had this wonderful producer-director called Robert Rodriguez. And when he turns up on set, it was quite funny. I'd always look at his PA, and his PA would be always carrying his guitars and his amplifiers around the set. And he'd direct with a guitar in his hand most of the time. So we'd sort of make up stuff on set, like a bit of blues. And then I'd get up, okay Robert, hit me with some blues there. Yeah. And then I'd start making up some blues while I'm cruising on my Bantha on the sands of Tatooine, yeah. I'm gonna head for Moss's Bar. I've got some business with the Pike Syndicate, yeah. Well, I'm a mean bounty hunter. My best friend's a Mandalorian. And I forgot the rest of the word. Oh, yeah. And as far as a bit of advice, look, I remember asking the same question on a movie called The Piano. There was Holly Hunter, Sam Neill, Harvey Keitel, little Anna Paquin, and I used to go up to Sam Neill because I was just an extra in the background. And that's how I started, being an extra. And I figured, man, I'm gonna get closer to that camera somehow. And I asked the same question, hey Sam, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? What do you reckon about this space here? Should I go to Hollywood? How do I get to Hollywood? And I ended up there somehow or other. Be tenacious. Give it a go. Do some theatre. You've got to have it in the mind. You've got to believe in yourself. Make the most of every opportunity. The current just flows and it comes from the source. It never returns. So make the most of every opportunity. Do some theatre. Not that I've done much, but anyway, work on your voice and all of that stuff. And good luck.